Hello everyone, my name is Milan Thapa and I'm doing graduate diploma in early childhood in Alpha Crucis University. Today I will be discussing how collaborative partnerships with families and communities underpin young children inclusions, learning and development in Australia, early childhood education and care. I will also look at the benefit of family and community engagement, and finally I will recommend practical strategies for establishing, encouraging and maintaining these partnerships. My discussion draws an all-year learning framework version 2, the National Quality Standard, and the key researchers such as Brun Freibrenner, F. Stones, and the Dockett and Perry. Why partnership matters? We know from Bonnefier Ecological System Theory 1979 that children's development is shaped by the relationship and environments around them. Families are children first and the most influential teachers. Communities provide the cultural, social, and environmental context in which children grow. In which When educators, families, and communities work together, children experience stronger continuity between home and learning settings, a foundation for inclusion, learning, and holistic development. High quality early childhood education and caring EC is in Australia is based on collaborating partnership with the family and community. They support the involvement, learning, and growth of children through the establishment of the sense of trust, share responsibility, and better consideration of the children's needs, interests, and identities. Both early year learning framework version and the national quality standard resonated too in their statements that collaboration between educators and family and community will result in more seamless relationship between home and learning environments as children will see improved results on all levels in their development. This presentation outlines and discusses the role of this partnership in promoting holistic development of children, examines the reasons why the engagement in the Australian context is an advantage, and makes several recommendations as to how reflective relationships may be established and fostered. Inclusion is about making sure every child feels they belong no matter their background or ability. When educators collaborate with families, they gain insight into the child's culture, language, and values. This allows us to adapt the curriculum so it reflects children's lived experiences. Community links such as visits to local libraries, culture centers, or disability support services and make learning richer and help all the children see themselves represented. This aligns with UILF outcomes. Children have a strong sense of identity. Being part of early childhood education care implies that all consider irrespective of this background, situation receive fair access to high quality learning experience. Cooperation with various stakeholders plays a key role in attaining this, and with engagement with teacher, educators can benefit through understanding the culture of the children, their family interest and personal learning needs. As an illustration, one can provide family language resources, cultural practice, or anything that will work at home which allow educators to enforce cultural difference in curriculum and respect an individual child and her identity. Community links like collaborating with local libraries, cultural centers, or disability support services also facilitate inclusion by helping to spread the learning experience of the child outside the center. The involvement allows children also to have a sense of belonging in larger community, satisfying outcome. One of the UILF. Learning becomes more meaningful when the families and educators share what they know about a child's interest and strength. For example, if a family tells me their children love gardening, I can integrate gardening activity into science and sustainability project. We can also draw on community experts like inviting an elder for storytelling or a local artist to run a workshop. These experiences connect curriculum to the real world. As an example, when a parent reports to the educator that his child likes to tell stories at home, educator can include storytelling in the group practice literacy lessons or even field trips to the nearest library. Likewise, the community through the people like artists or elderly can aid by giving practical workshops or cultural storytelling, thereby adding depth returning to belief of the children. Development includes social, emotional, physical, and cognitive growth. When families and educators work together, children receive constant messages and expectations across home and the services, work with families to assess early intervention, and keep strategies consistent community connections like excursion to the park or museums encourage curiosity, social skills, and problem solving. Children are also exposed to diverse experience through the partnership with community-based health services, sports club, and the cultural organization that enhances development of social skills, resilience, and the cultural knowledge. Field trips to park or museums can be used to develop on wonder, nurture team spirit, and even expand knowledge of the world in the children. Benefits in Australia in early childhood education care. In the Australian context, family and community engagement, building trust and confidence. Families feel self-sharing concern or celebrating achievements. Promotes shared responsibility. Education become a joint journey. Deepen understanding. Educators and the families together know the child better identifies a need and interest support responsive curriculum planning. Children see their culture and family reflected. Multicultural events and indigenous perspectives enrich learning. Connect to the community. Partnerships with libraries and museums and cultural groups extend learning, trust, and confidence building. Frequently, civic dialogue produces sympathetic trust between educators and families. Families who feel heard would more easily present concern, share successes, and engage in the education of their child. Trust is children as a whole since they feel the good relationships they have with the adults who matter in their lives. Shared responsibility. The partnership approaches move the perspective on education as it is not a service provided by professional educators to their pupils, but rather a cooperation process of families, teachers, and communities. The synergetic aspect of this responsibility ensures that the children have a beneficial support, direction, and encouragement in every setting. Greater insight of the child. Families provide a special understanding of the character traits of their child, his or her habits and experiences. Their combination with the observation by educators will provide a comprehensive picture if possible to develop individualized learning plans. Determining the needs and the interests with the help of open a dialogue teacher will also be able to determining the emerging skills, interests, or areas of need of a child. As an example, when a child is known to be interested in insects, it can be used to encompass science-related activities to nurture the child during the developmental stage with curiosity in mind, but at the same time enhancing vocabulary and mastering of muscles. Maintaining of identity and sense of belonging. Services validate to the identif- identity of every child by using his or her cultural traditions, language, and family's narrative as a part of the program. This appreciation builds pride, sense of belonging, and self-esteem, which is attributed to the emotional and social health. The emblem celebrating cultural diversity, interaction with different cultural people enhances the culture curriculum and makes all the children rise to the understand the concepts of respect and inclusivity. Reaching to the community. Local partnership literacy programs allow the opportunity to learn through the reading to the school population by adapting local library, art gallery, environmental organization and support clubs, community visit and field promote in active citizenship and increase the engagement of children with reality. To establish partnerships, creating a welcoming environment with family photo, multilingual signage, and cultural representation. Run orientation sessions that develop routines, curriculum, and development involvement opportunities. Have initial consultation to understand children, routines, culture, and family goals. To encourage ongoing collaboration, use two-way communication, not just updates, but feedback channels. Offer participation opportunities like reading to children, cooking demos, or culture sharing. build community networks with libraries, health clinics, and cultural groups, establishing partnerships, inviting spaces, show the work of children and photos of their families on the walls, and create signs in many languages to demonstrate a welcoming attitude and respect for languages. The orientation session present comprehensive overviews of the service and clarify routines, curriculum, and the role families can play. Initial consultation during enrollment meeting get to know more about the background, preferences, and family target of the children. Encourage encouraging partnership communication. Communicate using a combination of in-person chat, parent-teacher interviews, online and print. Update letters and news to accessible to all people. Family involvement prospect ask parents and carers to bring a skill, conduct a cultural events, or go on field trips. Net connectivity develop contacts or connections with opportunities in the local area, health clinics, libraries, and cultural centers to supplement the program. Maintaining partnerships, frequent registration meetings, implement checks with the families to communicate progress and the level of learning plans together, stability of educators, change teachers are rated are possible to further build relationships with families, continuing the professional learning, train educators about the keep it. Schedule regular meeting with families to discuss engage in professional learning around cultural competence and community communication and inclusion. In conclusion, collaborative partnerships with families and communities are essential for high quality all year childhood practice in Australia. They build trust, share responsibility, deepen understanding, and connect children to the wider world. By intentionally establishing, encouraging, and maintaining these relationships, we ensure every child experiences belonging, learning, and development in a way that reflects who they are. As the early year learning framework reminds us, children thrive when families and educators work together in partnership to support their learning. In the last slide, I do have some mention some of the references from ASICA, National Quality Standard, and SDGs Belonging, Being, and Becoming, the early year learning framework, and docket for response and another one as well. So thank you for giving me opportunity to present myself in the screen.